Good morning, everybody. We are back over here at Creation Station, and we are just going to make a very, very simple, cost-effective, easy-to-use micellar water. This one is going to be a caffeine micellar water because we're going to be doing an entire line of coffee products. I already put out the coffee oil, how to infuse coffee into oil, and then turn that oil into a coffee butter. We'll be using those two products later on. But for today, let's just get started on making this micellar water. I already have my distilled water already in my beaker here. I've warmed it up just a little bit to help dissolve some of the powders. First powder we're going to be adding is, of course, the anhydrous caffeine. You can get this at Ingredients to Die For. That's where I got it. Warming up the water does help a little bit to help dissolve. Just keep stirring until that caffeine powder is dissolved. That's what I'm saying. Heat up your water just a little bit. All right, so the next powdered ingredient that we're going to be adding, which also helps if you heat up the water, is some allantoin. And I'm adding this because it's extremely hydrating. I'm only adding it in a very, very small amount because of its solubility in water. So we're going to give that a good stir until that's fully dissolved. Again, just keep on stirring until the entire allantoin is dissolved in the water. It takes some patience to do that. And again, I'm using that because it's extremely hydrating, and going forward, I will be using allantoin in every one of my Aquaxyl products that I make. I do use it in a lot of things, but I'm going to be using it in every single Aquaxyl product because it's got those humectant properties to it, those moisturizing properties, and especially with cleansers, and that's what micellar water is. It's just a really fast, quick, easy, cost-effective way to clean your face, and you leave it on your skin. The next powdered ingredient we're going to be adding is going to be our disodium EDTA, which is our chelating agent. So it helps to bind those metal ions, and it also helps to boost your preservative system. Again, stirring and patience is key to make sure that all your powders are dissolved. Last thing you want is chunks in your micellar water or any other product that you're making that you're going to be dissolving your powders. Okay, now that all of our powders are fully dissolved, I'm going to go ahead and start adding some hydrosol. I am choosing neroli hydrosol today because it pairs really well with coffee products. You could use orange blossom if you'd like. They are very, very similar, but yet they're slightly different. And I have to take a smell. Oh yeah. Now at the end of this, I am going to be adding just a smidge of a coffee essential oil because I personally just want a little bit of that scent coming through. Typically in micellar waters, you don't really add anything like that, but I'm going to because I want it. We don't want to add a whole bunch of different ingredients, extracts and humectants and sticky things that's going to leave a sticky mess on our face. Because again, with micellar waters, you leave this on. You take your cotton swab and you swipe. I'll show you guys at the end of this. I purposely did not wash my face last night. Ew. Just so that I could do this today. See what I go through for y'all? Okay, anyways. After all of that is done, I've got my hydrosol in here now. The next thing I want to put in is my butylene glycol. This is a little bit more gentle and more mild than the pentylene glycol. It's a humectant, but why I'm using it is a preservative booster. So you're noticing that I'm going to be using a lot of different ingredients that help to boost and maintain that preservative so that it can get to any bacteria that might be in this water and munch it up and get rid of it. All of these penetration enhancers will help that preservative do its job better. All right, that's the pentylene glycol. The next one is going to be propanediol. I would not use glycerin in a micellar water. Again, it's too sticky, and this product is meant to be left on your face. Quick, easy wash up at the end of the night. Boy, I'll tell you, it's a chore for me. I've got to break out my rotating brush that my stepdaughter purchased for me, gosh, 10 years ago. I absolutely adore it. I have to break that out rather, make sure that it's all charged up, grab my cranberry gel face wash, get that all ready. It's such a long process. And you have to scrub the face in all the areas for a certain length of time. You got to wash it all off. You have to pat it all dry. This, you grab a little cotton swab or a cotton pad, put some on there, wipe, and you're done. All right, that's incorporated pretty well. And then we're going to go ahead and add some Aquaxyl, which is quite thick, but I have it in a very, very low percentage, and it's just such an amazing humectant. And I personally just want to have a little bit of moisture. If I'm leaving something on my face, I don't want it to feel dry and tight. And so that's where that Aquaxyl comes in. Very, very nice ingredient. I got mine from the Formulator Sample Shop. Boy, the smell of that neroli hydrosol. That is lovely. All right, next we're going to be putting in the star of the show, which is going to actually give us our cleansing ability here, which is our capryl glucoside. This is a very, very mild solubilizing surfactant. That's what's going to clean our face. Almost at the end. You can see all the bubbles already just from me trying to mix this all in. If you want to give it just a quick little spritz with alcohol to get rid of the bubbles, there you go. We still have a nice clear solution. Okay, we're nearing the end here. We're down to our preservative, which is Germal Plus. Trying not to kick up bubbles. And lastly, like I said, I do want just a teeny tiny little bit, like 0.1% I'm going to be putting in here of a coffee essential oil. Because I just want that. You do not have to do that. You can just leave all kinds of fragrances out. You don't need it in this type of a product. It's my personal preference. Now let me take a smell. Oh, my Lanta. Between the orange blossom, you know, the neroli, and then that coffee. Oh, my goodness gracious. Yeah, baby. Gimme. I'm going to give it another little spritzy here just to try to get rid of those bubbles. All right, and that's it, you guys. That's all there is to making this micellar water. However, we are going to go ahead and test the pH so that we're not going to be off balance here. So let's just put a little bit of this right in there. Actually, I need a little bit more. I want to make sure those electrodes. All right, so this is coming in a little bit higher than I would like. It's at about 6.01. Now it's at 6. It's going down a little bit. Personally, I would like my facial products to be around 5.5. So it's going down, About 5.9 right now. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and put a drop of citric acid solution just to bring this down just a little bit. I'm just going to put 1 drop. There you go, 1 drop. Okay, let's see where our pH is at now. It's dancing around 5.5, 5.2. All right, that's good enough for me. 5.5 on our pH. Perfect. All right, that's good there. Now we're going to go ahead and just fill these up. I have these little pump bottles that I got that are kind of like those ones you see like in the nail salons. They have the acetone or whatever down in your bottle, and they take their little cotton swabs or, you know, whatever, their nail polish remover, and you just push down, the liquid comes up through the tube there. So I thought that that was a really good container for this type of a product. And then I'll give it a little test and see what's going on with my skin. All right. All right, you guys, give me a second to rearrange the camera, and then I'll be right back and give it a test. Okay, I switched cameras. Let's go ahead and give the micellar water a try, shall we? Go ahead and push down on that to get that wet. Oop, I had a little squirt there. All right, and then we just start cleaning like we would at home. Don't mind the silly hat. You guys all should be wearing one too. Ooh, the smell is so nice. I'm loving that. You guys didn't know you're going to tune into face cleansing today, did you? All right, let's see. That's not too bad at all. I did not wash my face last night or this morning. Not bad, I know, kind of gross, but listen, we're doing experimenting here. That's pretty awesome though. I'm very pleased with that, and my face is not sticky at all. It just feels really nice and light and springy. Okay, that is going to do it for today's video though, you guys. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, comment, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't. In the meantime, I wanted to thank every single one of my Patreons. I know that I do a shout out level at the end of all of my videos now for my shout out tier level on Patreon, but I wanted to give a big thank you to all of my Patreons and also all of my members here on the channel, because it means the world to me, and without you, I could not continue to bring you content. So a big grateful thank you from me. But along those lines, let's go ahead and give a shout out to those shout out tier level members on my Patreon.